In our forests, with our high amount of rainfall and our tremendous amount of biodiversity, we can end up with pretty dense understories. The canopy, which goes from, say, 50 to 100 feet, is going to be made up of mature oaks, elms, sweet gum, pine trees. And then we have a secondary canopy or understory of smaller trees that do well with some amount of shade. That's going to be largely made up of yaupon, but also some younger trees of those previously mentioned species, and also plants, vining plants like muscadine, poison ivy, Virginia creeper, that can also thrive with less amounts of sunlight and help form that secondary canopy or understory. What happens sometimes, with the lack of fire, the lack of large herbivores that would have previously been more prolific in our areas, things can get to where they become so dense that the understory starts to kind of choke itself out, where you'll end up with less diversity. You'll end up with plants dying, small trees dying for lack of sunlight, and dead material in that understory. Occasionally you'll have something happen like happened here recently, where a piece of a snag, which is a standing dead tree, the top of which fell off into the understory and crushed it, forming a tunnel-like structure out of the dense small trees and vines. I've cleared most of it out, but you can still see some of these small trees and yaupon bent over. So I've been working to clear it out, get that dead material out, get those yaupons cut down to a size where they're more manageable. I like to harvest those for their excellent leaves, which make a great tea. And in the process of this work, look what I found hiding in our understory. A American common persimmon, Diospyros virginiana. It's a kind of tree that does grow in our area, but this is the first one I found growing in our forest. I was pretty happy to find this. There's a bit of a backstory to these kinds of trees popping up in our area. Maybe we'll talk about later, but yeah, that's a benefit of clearing out the